Hello Python programmers, this is AK. In this video we are going to see about how to create a spell checker project using Python. This project is a very simple one and it is completely for beginners. So kindly share this video with beginners who are currently learning Python. Before starting this video, do like, share, comment, subscribe. These things will motivate me to produce more good content in Python programming. Okay, so let's start this video. First, you need to import one library called PySpellChecker on your terminal. I am currently running on Windows, so I use command prompt to install this library. If you are new to Python, you have to know about Python library management. Python has huge set of libraries. If you want to use any external library, you have to install that in your terminal. If you are a beginner in Python, you have to know about the library installations, and after installing the PySpellChecker library, you need to open your IDE and write the spell checker code on your IDE. Okay. First, you need to import the spell checker library. Here we install PySpellChecker, that is the library name. But in the importing process, you have to import the spell checker sentence. So this is the correct way to import this library. And the next step, you need to create a variable called a spell. In this variable, you need to create an instance called as spell checker. So this is the main instance in this program. You have to call this instance multiple times in this program. Okay. So this is the basic explanation about this instance, and then you need to declare a variable called misspelled. In this variable, you have to create an object called as spell.unknown. In this object, you need to give the unknown or misspelled words as an input. We are giving the input as a kind of list. By using a list, we can easily save the memory of this program execution, and we can able to give multiple inputs in this program. So only I use list. Okay. So in this program, I am giving some misspelled words in this list, and this program is used to change these misspelled words into its correct form. For doing that process, we need to traverse the entire list. For traversing the entire list, you have to create a for loop, and in this loop, declare a variable called a word. You have to pass this variable into the list that contain misspelled words, and then this program is used to print the correct form of the misspelled words that present in the list. Now we have to call the spell variable here to call our instance. Using that we are going to correct our misspelled words. Here you need to call the object called as correction. In this object you need to pass the variable called word. So this will correct the misspelled words from the list. When you run this program, you can see that there are two misspelled words in this list, and this program correctly fetches the misspelled words from the list and it prints their correct form. So this is the basic step to correct the misspelled words. So let's try a little bit advanced by using this library. You can imagine the Google keyboard autocorrects the misspelled words from the user input. In the same way, we are going to create a program that autocorrects the misspelled word that you typed as an input. Now create a while loop. Under this loop, you need to create a variable called word and make this variable that takes the real-time inputs from the user. Next, we are going to convert that input word into lowercase, so it is very easy for the program to correct the mistakes. And create a condition. This condition explains that if the word that actually present in the spell checker instance, then it will print you the misspelled word correctly. This is the first condition. Before starting the next condition, you need to understand one thing, that is, here we call the instance spell checker. Actually, this is a dictionary. Simply it holds large number of words. Suppose if you type any misspelled word, if it is not in the spell checker dictionary, it will correct it down. So this is the important thing that you know about this library. The first condition explains if the word that present in the spell checker dictionary, it will print you spelled correctly. Else you need to find the best spelling for that word. I think you understand this step. Let's write a code for this else condition. Declare a variable called as correct words, and in this variable you need to create an object called as spell.correction that we did in the previous coding part. And next, create a print statement. It will print the correct alternatives for the misspelled word. So that's all about this code. Let's run this program. First, this program asking for the input, and let's type the input as Google. And this program tells you the Google is spelled correctly. So we passed the first test case. Let's give the next input. Here I misspelled the Google word and it gives the correct form as a suggestion. So this means we passed the both test cases. I hope you learned something new in this video. If you like this video, give a like and subscribe and share for more interesting scripts in Python. Thanks for watching and thank you. See you on next video.